Let me first start my remarks this evening by saying how profoundly disappointed I am in my colleagues bringing this motion regarding a conflict in the Middle East forward to Council. As stated by a previous presenter to this Council back in December, who I should note was in favor of Councillor Nakagawa's motion, they said this fell clearly outside the purview and the scope of our jurisdiction. And I agree. When I got elected, I committed to the citizens and business owners of New Westminster that I would sit in this chamber and focus on core issues for which we had direct control. And it's worth reminding everybody that as of today, we are facing the prospect of another record 8% property tax increase. Our roads are in rough shape and filled with potholes and broken asphalt. We're facing a serious daycare shortage in our downtown core and around the city. The public has told us that they're concerned about the level of crime and public disorder on our streets and back alleys. We don't have enough recreation programs to keep up with our population growth. We are in desperate need of more affordable housing.
There is a point of order. Please pause. Yes.
This is not germane to the amendment.
Can you tell me in which way it's germane to the amendment?
I will explain, Your Worship, if I'm permitted to have my opportunity to speak, like every other person has had the opportunity to speak tonight, you will be able to understand why this is germane to the amendment, but you must allow me to conclude.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. The people of Queensborough remain connected from this City Hall, and they're also in dire need of support. And I could go on, Mr. Chair, but I won't. So as you can see, the focus of our debate tonight should be on the critical issues we have 100% control over. It should not be about things like nuclear disarmament, global space treaties, or international conflicts. If my colleagues wanted to champion these types of national and international issues, I would highly encourage them to step aside from their post on council and to campaign to become a member of parliament or to seek a post at the United Nations or similar agencies. I want to publicly recognize that in my 55 years on this planet, I have witnessed way too much conflict, death, and division in the Middle East. Sadly, over my entire life, conflict and war has been all too common in this part of the world. Of course, everyone wants peace, including me. On October 6th, while things were by no means perfect, as was outlined tonight, we had relative peace in the region. As some have asserted, we had a ceasefire on October 6th. But tragically, on the 7th of October, the Hamas terrorist group chose to kill, they chose to rape, behead, and kidnap over 1,200 Israelis and citizens of multiple other nations, including Canada. By all accounts, it was a horrific and terrifying event for the citizens of Israel, and no doubt, if something similar happened in Canada, we would all as a nation forevermore be impacted. So what I have witnessed in the weeks that follow have been equally horrific. Missiles flying across the Israel-Gaza border, and thousands of innocent Palestinians have been killed. Hospitals and schools collapsing as a result of missile strikes. My heart goes out to both the people of Israel and the innocent Palestinians who have been collateral damage in a war their Hamas leadership triggered on October 7th. All that being said, here we are in City Hall tonight in New Westminster. We have the good fortune of living in a country where war has not been commonplace, and people are afforded the freedom to speak their minds like I'm doing tonight. And for this, I respect the people who on both sides of this debate have been very passionate about putting forward their perspective. I will say that my decision to actively participate in this debate tonight or not is guided by the words sent to me by our mayor, Patrick Johnstone. Shortly after the Hamas attack, and in response to requests from the public, I did ask the mayor if the lights at City Hall could be colored blue and white in recognition of the October 7th attack. In part, this is how the mayor responded to me in an email. Quote, I have received a few requests recently related to the current conflict in Gaza to light up City Hall in support of Israel and from others to light it up and speak in support of Palestine. I am not comfortable that taking either step will bring the community together, but will only serve to elicit division in the community. Surely you recognize that this is a divisive topic. I hope we can all thoughtfully side with peace and the hope that the humanitarian crisis will end soon. I feel our role is to put aside our own opinions on a conflict like this and hear the entire community in sharing grief for innocent life lost, to raise awareness about the human cost of war, and to support the people in our community who are here because of displacement caused by war." End quote. I agree 100% with our mayor and did not pursue the issue any further in order to ensure that we did not foster any further division in our community. In conclusion, I also agree with the mayor that bringing forward this type of motion, a motion that if passed will have no impact on the conflict in the Middle East, but will, as the mayor asserted, likely only serve to unnecessarily divide our community. As such, Mr. Chair, I will not be participating in this debate tonight. I will be abstaining from voting by departing this chamber until such time as a majority of councillors wish to begin discussing the work of the business of this city for which we got elected. Potholes, taxes, turf fields, capacity at sport and recreation programs. So, Mr. Chair, at this point, I will respectfully be leaving the chamber and would request that you invite me back once this debate and discussion of this matter of international affairs has been wrapped up. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I'll just ask the audience to please maintain decorum while the councillor departs. And I will let you know. That was still on the amendment.